The Loch Ness Monster. Fact or fiction? Every year, 1 million tourists from around the world visit Loch Ness in Scotland, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Loch Ness Monster. Loch is the Scottish word for lake. Loch Ness is 23 miles long and nearly 800 feet deep. What makes Loch Ness famous is the mysterious beast said to lurk in its waters. Sightings of the so-called monster, known more affectionately as Nessie, vary greatly. Most eyewitnesses describe a large creature with a small head and a long serpent-like neck and one or more humps poking out of the water. Many theories have been put forward to explain the sightings. One of the most interesting is that Nessie could be a prehistoric marine reptile thought to be extinct. Although legends of the Loch Ness Monster stretch back 1,500 years, it is the more modern sightings which have caused the most excitement. These began in 1933 after a new road gave passers-by a good view of the loch, which was previously, quote, remote. George Spicer and his wife claimed to have seen an enormous animal crossing the road in front of their car. Spicer described it as the nearest approach to a dragon or prehistoric animal that I have ever seen in my life. Later that year, a British surgeon named Robert Wilson came forward with a grainy black and white photo he claimed was a Loch Ness monster. The picture appeared to show the neck and head of dinosaur-like creature emerging from the murky waters. For decades, it was held to be the best evidence that Nessie was real. Then in 1994, the disappointment of the Nessie believers, the photo was exposed as a hoax, an elaborate trick. According to the confession of one of those involved, the monster photographed was, in fact, a toy submarine outfitted with a fake sea serpent head. All the same, sightings have continued to flood in, more than 4,000 of them. According to one estimate, one of the biggest recent photos was taken by Ian Bremner in 2016. While out photographing deer, he spotted something much stranger, a creature with a narrow head and 2 humps splashing about in Loch Ness. I'm normally a bit of a skeptic when it comes to Nessie, and I think it's just something for the tourists, he said, but I'm starting to think there is something out there. In the 1960s, several British universities used sonar to search for Nessie. In each expedition, the sonar operations detected a large, moving underwater object they could not explain. Since then, other serious investigations have used sonar and underwater photography. So far, though, no study has been able to prove or disprove the existence of Nessie. Those who seek to disprove the story, the debunkers, dismiss these sightings as trick photography, floating tree trunks, or smaller creatures like eels or seals. They argue there are good scientific reasons why a plesiosaur-like creature could not survive in the loch. For example, there are not enough fish in Loch Ness for Nessie to eat to survive. Despite their scientific logic, the story of the Loch Ness monster continues to thrive. The puzzle of Nessie's existence may never be solved. What do you believe?